Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Monday, the 6th of June, comes to you from London. And we're back after a long weekend in the UK with the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. So, 4-day holiday in the UK, and we're back seeing a lot of green on the screen this morning. So, markets looking quite perky. Energy. The mix there is quite interesting as well. We're seeing quite a lot of moves there. And in fact, just looking at the targets first of all this morning, which is quite interesting, we're seeing quite a few targets kicking in. And here we've got a target, for example, that's come in on the short-term chart, which is the on emissions, short-term downside. But then the very short-term chart, which is the 1-minute chart, we're seeing a little bit of an upside. So it just shows how you get these conflicting periods. And busy morning for us this morning. We put out our energy reports, the daily energy report out covering all of the trends and targets for today for gas and power, and then the weekly report, which covers more there, and a couple of changes there in the weekly report. And again, all the price targets given for the week ahead. And a new feature this month is our special power report for every European gas and power market. And this covers about 30 different gas and power markets in Europe, including Romanian and Bulgarian, Slovakian power, with all the price targets and chart analysis. So quite interesting there. And what's even more interesting is that all the power markets are looking very bullish long term. There's only two that are standing out as neutral. So get that report in your updated news. And of course, this OTC data comes to you from OTC Global Holdings and is included in your package. So this gives you gas and power data for all of the European markets. And then looking at the energy mix this morning, we're seeing crude oil is driving higher. So let's just look at the major markets first of all. We've got the dollar index just pulling short term below the cloud. Remembering this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart. That's the long term, medium term, and short term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure targets. The euro is therefore just looking a little bit stronger against that weaker dollar, but the medium and long-term trends are still bearish. So we've given in the weekly report today the levels that we need to watch this week for the euro. Sterling sitting at 125.69. A little bit of political turmoil in the UK this morning with the confidence vote, but interestingly, we are just seeing that recovery there in price. And against the euro, we're just up as well, but still below the cloud on that short-term chart. Looking at Bitcoin, we're back above the $30,000 mark, so short-term back to bullish. Have we found a floor? The key thing is we did deactivate those big upside targets, so it's going to be a struggle for crypto for a while now, having made the higher high and then the lower high. This fanning opening out pattern means a lot of uncertainty on the long-term chart. The S&P 500 index was down on Friday, and that's going to be quite key. And the Nasdaq also lower, bouncing on the cloud. But of course, if we make new lows, that takes the weekly chart to bearish on the lagging line. We've got the futures up this morning, up 1% on the S&P and up 1.4% on the Nasdaq. The VIX volatility has settled down back to 25. So the fear index is in the mid-20s. Above 30 is very fearful. Still a high level, but the market is less fearful than it was. We've got the FTSE future up 1.2%, really just nudging this resistance level on the UK market. Oil majors, of course, being a big factor driving the market cap in the UK. So it's interesting how the UK is holding up better as a result of more defensives in the FTSE 100. The DAX in Germany up just under 1%, taking the medium chart just to back to bullish, so that's looking quite good. We saw the markets in Asia up pretty well as well. The Japan market up 0.2% and the Hang Seng up nearly 3%. A lot of work to do on the Hang Seng, of course, and the Chinese market also has been bearish below the cloud, just starting to test that medium-term level. And the Sensex in India, little change there, so relatively flat. And the Aussie market actually down nearly 0.5%. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. We've got wheat up nearly 5% this morning, really just bouncing on the cloud there. So looking very strong indeed. and we're looking at corn. That's also up nearly 2%. Again, having made new highs on corn, looking really quite strong indeed. Gold sitting at $1,850, so just holding that the long-term support level there. Back to bullish on the short-term chart, but really this 1800 level is now really critical. And our global monthly report, which covers 100 different instruments, we did actually turn neutral on silver, platinum, and palladium. So gold is still looking pretty bullish, but the other precious metals all starting to look just a little bit weaker on that medium term. Check out that monthly report that covers all the markets for the medium and long term. US 10-year yields sitting at 2.95%, on the way up again, having pulled back, really looking quite strong again on all three time frames. The medium term, now looking at the energy mix. First of all, we've got crude oil. This is my daily chart and my 60-minute chart. So medium term and short term, and the daily, 60-minute and 1 minute. So this is the very short term. We're bullish to crude to clients for the week and for today. So looking very strong indeed. We've got big upside targets. We've talked about these targets a long time. In January, we gave an upside target when we were sitting at under $80. We gave an upside target to 150. That was in our special report. And again, you can see that in your systems. Taking a look at US nat gas, looking pretty strong here for a break as well. Bullish above the cloud, upside targets. Again, we went out to clients as bullish this morning. Coal looking quite strong as well. And emissions was a trickier call. We were neutral today after these big falls and uncertainty on the targets. Gas prices have reversed. We saw gas prices lower this morning. We were neutral actually today on TTF and NBP. We did make a different call for the weekly report, so keep an eye on that. And NBP was down quite substantially, has found cloud support, and that's why we were neutral for the day. Power markets seeing no end to their rise, just looking very, very bullish. And again, that's covered in our monthly report covering all the power markets in Europe. And you can see that on your OTC Global Holdings data, which comes as standard with your updated package. So you can look at all the different power, gas and power markets there. So that's quite key. So keep an eye on those reports and watch the targets. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.